Blame it on Jesus. Don't blame it on me.
Blame it on Jesus. Don't blame it on me.
Because of Jesus, I'm set free from sin and pain and all. That's kind of bluesy.
If you go kind of like genre adjacent, maybe a little to that, like you can get a Hendrix.
Dude, I'll go big and
Get
happy.
a Hendrix thing.
How does it sound Hendrix-wise? The vocal.
Well, I wouldn't, not to like, I
You wouldn't
wouldn't look
sing
to
it like
impersonate him.
No,
But
I'm saying
honestly,
stylistically.
I think stylistically, the melody and the way that I sang it is not far off from what it would be with that musical background.
I agree with that.
Because you already get the, 'cause of Jesus. You know what I mean? You get all that and a little,
Sound guy freaked out.
get a little Black Crows with that. Without going, because of Jesus, I set free. You know what I mean? However.
Hendrix.
All my sin, all the enemy. You know?
Yeah. Chanty.
Dude, I listen to all these songs all the time. I do spend a little more time in the ones we did recently. But you mentioned Basic Love Song.
I can't believe what a cool place we landed on that.
Oh, dude, it was so cool. Like just sitting you in front of the workstation and being like, just kind of chilling in the back, and then you just like,
It's like, I already got this.
yeah, you're like, I'm plucking these strings, and that was the other thing too. We did, I think this was our second time we did this, where I'm like, bring in electric, because previously we've always just recorded acoustic stuff, and I'm like, you have like a, you're not a session musician, meaning I don't just say, hey, play the song this way for this particular album. It's like you will manifest a sound that comes from you. You know what I mean? Which I think I do as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So in other words, put an electric in your hand and you're going to craft something that's like from your soul. Not like, okay, what should this song sound like?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I'm going to play from what I would feel, like almost like you're in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, just like plucking it out. And so putting the electric in your hand and going like, you play the melodies and the lines and figure out what you want this to feel. And then you come like, ging, 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 ging. And then you kind of did all these cool little like riffs and
Sing the chorus.
I'm a basic guy.
It's the same old song.
Yeah.
We did it all wrong. It's the same old song. And basically, I'm sorry.
Basically, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's so cool because like that song 4 years ago was I wrote it
Doing
as
punk rock.
well. I wrote it like to be funny about like with the punk rock thing. You know, not even punk rock, like whatever. I don't even know what that genre is called. The 2010
Blink 182.
182.
That was like emo rock, really.
Alternative? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but
Yeah, it was alternative.
anyway,
like,
and we did that. Like we
Green Day
for
a little
fun,
bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it was not that cool.
Well, Green Day's way cooler.
Yeah, it was definitely not Green Day cool. It was, but it was fun and it scratched the itch. But then we had those lyrics, and man, I love. Now musically, I'm like, oh, song does pack a little punch for me. Basic love song. Christians can't sing about love.
Nope.
Wait, hold on.
Basic
That's kind of our whole
story.
thing.
Nope.
about a
We don't believe in
basic
love.
boy, right?
Yeah.
Who met a basic girl who tore apart his world.
Yeah.
Who has it?
Basically,
If you haven't lived
It's a song about me.
Yeah.
if you have
Basically,
not
I'm sorry.
lived
Basically,
that,
I'm sorry.
if you're not a basic guy who's met a basic girl who tore apart your world, man, you have not lived.
Live now.
Live vicariously through this
No,
song.
kid, you're still
Yes.
growing up. You'll get there.
That's the whole thing, man. That's what love's supposed to do. Like that, I mean, biblically, like however you want to think about it, but like just experientially, the whole thing about a marriage relationship or a romantic love, it's supposed to tear apart your world.
Yeah.
Holy
It's got
smokes.
to blow the whole thing up because if the two are really becoming one, you're rebuilding.
There is no separate lives.
There's no the
There
whole
it
thing's
is. The
got
two
to
are
be
becoming one. Yeah, that's the difference. Even like biblically, we have a couple of meanings of the word know, right? To know, knowledge wise, and then to know the way God knows us is the way Adam knew Eve. You know what I mean?
Intimate,
like, that's
yeah.
It's pretty rad. And then in the bridge, or not the bridge, and there's like this the second section. I don't even know if we've identified it yet, but it was basically it's a song about you. You know what I mean? And just like kind of spans the whole
Such a dope song.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Because I set out like writing was to see like how many times I can get the word basic in there.
Yeah.
And you found it. You guys found a way to make it something a really annoying concept,
but cool.
Like really cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people would even catch that was what was happening in the writing, which is neat.
Yeah, that was and I know we've touched on this in other episodes, but I had a lot of fun on that trip. It was a time of listening to individual thoughts and then going, let's just almost like you're saying what marriage is. You have these two separate people that end up, becoming one. And so we showed up with two separate ideas and sort of married them and then revamped them and built something like with Reluctantly, basic love song. Yeah, like that song, it's meaty for me. It's a lot to chew on, it hits deep, and there's just so much truth in it, and the sort of the dichotomy of the push and pull of love and relationship and the whole the belief and Lord, I believe, help my unbelief, and all of that type of angst is all packed up into that. And I'm like just popping along with my drums and my tunes and just like, yeah, and then you guys are like, no, we're stripping this thing. We're pulling everything back. We're just grab a couple microphones and a piano. And Dan and I are just like, we're both in headphone world playing and singing together.
Yeah.
And you're sitting in the back like, yeah, more of that right there.
Yeah. Such a good tune, full of truth that should never, ever be sung congregationally.
Right.
Like
it's not a congregational.
It is not.
This is what you sing on the way to congregational worship.
Sure, after, or I mean, it could be a special song. I mean, like I don't.
It's not congregational.
But yeah, like it's just
Lord,
funny.
I believe reluctant.
Yeah.
Everybody sing that together. Like, wait.
Well, I'm just like, so, but I think that's a part of the whole concept of the album is, subtly, overtly sacred, and that all of this is sacred. And
some of the subtle stuff might not be congregational.
No, a lot of it, but that like to devalue it, or like not that we would, but or whatever, but
somebody will,
or just even confusing that or not knowing that. Just because a song may not have a place in one structure doesn't mean it doesn't have great value or deep meaning or potential, like for God to do really great things with people with it.
Yeah, God makes us sacred, right? And so we can think sacredly, and we can hear music, like any song, and learn something from it, think something from it, apply it or recall it, and have this, and it just be like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Or, whoa, is that really? Those kinds of conversations happen all the time. Like, driving, listening to songs and being like, that's good to know about me or about him.
Yeah, I
think it fits in that, and instead of looking at it and saying, judging it, and what category does this belong in, and how can I continue to be right and be the one that determines whether it's
is it a thing? And I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but I'm like, this is something I've been like stewing on for the past few days. What you're saying, and I'm like curious as what you guys think, but I'm sure I know what you guys think, having spent time around you and shared faith with you and whatever. But it's man, we collectively as a human race are still so stuck in what hasn't been done yet. Meanwhile, it's all been done. And so often we're not living in that. And I'm speaking specifically about the restoration of all things, what Christ did through his sacrifice on the cross and restoring all things and making all things new and all things sacred again, and so I think religion wants us to categorize and forget, and I mean, it's something we've sung about and want to do is remember when, and that's such a beautiful song too, where it starts speaking about the redemptive truth and everything that's been accomplished. Remember when he did this, and it's all done. And if
it's all done, but it's being done.
It's being done.
Both are true.
The Spirit's stirring.
Well, I'm speaking specifically to like it is finished. Yeah, we have to step into that and live in that.
Holiness.
It was not a correction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not at all. It was an add-on. Yes, it's all been done and it's all being done. Mm-hmm. And just like it's everything, there's nothing new. Everything's been done, but I haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It
doesn't mean I've done it all. Yeah.
So there's a newness in that. So it's like, are you saved or being saved? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Saved by divine decree and by the work of Jesus and sealed with his Holy Spirit,
and salvation is continuing.
But we're working out our salvation with fear and trembling.
Mm-hmm.
And like any attempt to remove that tension is a fool's errand and going to take you or any of us, into a place of relational disconnect from God because there is tension and tension is good. Where it is done and it's being done. Yeah. Pretty awesome. Kind of like, so we were talking about songs that we like that we've been doing, but I think there's one that we haven't really discussed, but we were tinkering with and we went, which was fun. It was a fun, project or
exercise.
It was a fun exercise. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah. Where we made a song I don't like. Like it's probably got something in there that we could change, but we were trying to mimic something we had heard.
That always works.
Yeah, but not to make it just like that, but to use the elements.
Yeah, inspiration
of something. Yeah, which is cool.
Like inspo.
It's like, well, we haven't tried something like that. Let's try that. But it ended up getting so muddied and just. I don't even remember the song now.
Oh, okay. I'm like, we're both waiting for the song, I think.
You guys will remember it. I think
or we've thought of multiple.
Yeah, maybe. Well, okay. So was this on our last?
Yeah, on our last writing time, and we were like, oh, let's do a song like this, or let's try this song like that.
I know what it is.
Jesus?
No. It's Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
Is that where we started doing tempo shifts?
Oh, yes.
And it just got
we put that thing in the band. We put that thing in the wagon and just we went down.
We whipped that tempo meter.
I think we rolled it off a cliff. Personally,
I think we said
at some point, and then it came back up.
We went from like, hey, what if we did like a tempo shift in the song? Oh, that'd be pretty cool. To like tempo shifting every section of the song into a different tempo.
3 or 4 tempo shifts.
70 BPM for the verse, 80 for the chorus, back to 70. Then we're gonna go 90 at the end. We end up at 130 BPM,
and then we do halftime. Yeah,
yeah. Then we're back in Chicago. But I think that song had and that's so funny, man, how we do things sometimes because reluctantly started off all poppy and then went down to piano and just vocals for now. And then Rest in Peace was like, I did a piano vocal demo and then we took it and did massive tempo shifts and we're like, oh my gosh, we probably should have stuck it there.
Well, I can't wait to revisit it because it's such Rest in Peace is for the living, Rest in Peace ain't for the dead.
Yes.
Which we wrote off of the podcast, one episode.
Yeah. And it's gonna be something really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wearing it up, I was like, I'm not resting in peace in this.
I feel stressed, man. I don't know why we're doing a train beat here, but I feel pretty stressed out.
Yeah. Woo, woo. Yeah.
I'm like, gosh.
Let it cook.
Well, I mean, that's an important part of creation is trying.
Yeah.
Things and seeing if you like
we
it.
tried.
Like it's not going. Well, that's not. It's like when we were like, no, sing it more punk rock. And you're like, I can't do punk rock.
Well, I also didn't know what that meant.
Before you even got it out of your mouth, you're like, I'm not punk rock. I can't do that. Dan and I both go, yes, you can.
You can.
And
then
he was already
good. I can't.
He was already turned around with the headphones on in the mic. I mean, like he knew as soon as he said, "I'm not punk rock."
It was a lot like this. It was a lot like, I can't. And you're like already ready to actually do it.
No, you know what? You know what I needed?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
No, I needed to be told that what I was going to attempt was punk rock, because I knew I could dig deep, but I didn't know that was what you. So as soon as I went to sing it, and you guys were like, "That's it," I'm like, "Okay, I guess I can," but I didn't know that was punk rock. You know, it's just you guys wanted some grit. You like give me the grit.
No, it was one of my favorite moments. I love getting to yell at you.
Yeah.
Makes me really happy.
You can yell at me whenever you want.
It's one of my favorite moments. I get to watch you
Agree vehemently.
and you guys agree violently.
Yeah, I agree violently.
Aggressive agreement is our love language.
Aggressive agreement. That's how I've been married 28 years. Just aggressively agree.
I've been married 30 years because it's a basic love song.
Ooh,
basic.
Basically, you're sorry.
I'm basically sorry.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness, I was wrong. We did it all wrong.
Oh, what did we do?
But if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I've never been right.
That's a great lyric.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole song is I'm sorry.
No, you captured the essence of the lyrics with the music.
Yeah, and the word basic and basically throughout it.
Yep.
Never it doesn't hit like a redundancy. It's so there's something being said differently in there, and I thought it was.
No,
I liked it even from the first time you wrote it and showed it to us. I was like, I like these lyrics, but I don't know. I wouldn't know where to go with that. And then that.
Yeah, now I got the guitar in my head now, which is it's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, marketing is such a double-edged sword. You know, it's like we don't want to be mainstream, but we want to be consumed, and then you want to measure what you're doing by some marketable standards. I'm just saying this in general, not us, but I'm saying everybody. You know, you go, okay, well, I'm gonna comb my hair, I'm gonna put a shirt on, everything you're doing is sort of like, even if it's unconscious, it's like to be socially accepted. You're not looking to create a ruckus when you walk into a local store because you look so out of place that everybody focuses on you. So marketing, I think, is always there. But I was talking to an artist recently, and it was like, hey, what if you didn't have such a long intro in the song, and what if it was, what if you got to the chorus quicker, and it's more palatable for people. And it was like, slam the brakes on. I was like, I don't care about any of that. I care that my music is presented in the way that I want to hear it. And if anybody wants to enjoy it, and if nobody wants to sit through my intro, then they miss out on what I'm going to share. And I'm like, personally, like I want to lean into that more, because I'm such a marketing minded person just in general.
Yeah, yeah.
But wanting to lean into like the uncomfortable, which is helpful in music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you balance between? And then we started digging into the word abstract. What is abstract? Well, abstract is not conforming to normative structures, especially musically. If we say, hey, we're abstract music, well, it's like, what is the normative structure? I'll throw that out there. Or I guess I did. You're supposed to yell at me and agree. No. Well, I guess
the
I'm
normative
saying,
structure just the
like intro, verse, chorus,
Yeah.
verse, chorus, bridge, and just like how do we,
and this is what is
palatable.
This is the common denominator amongst everyone's listening ear.
Pop
music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the structure. Yeah, you're just saying I want to write and
I want to be comfortable with that angst of not needing to conform to the normative structures of music. So I guess I'm not saying I don't want to be throwing paint at the wall and then go, look at my art, and then it's like, oh, and then one day I'm dead and gone and somebody's like, wow, I guess you know what I mean? So there's got to be a balance between, do we want what we're presenting to be shareable in ways that people would want to consume, I guess, or want to hear? Or is it, forget all that, I just want to
I think creativity knows how to be sensitive to that.
Okay, say more about that.
I think that's kind of what I mean. Like, I think in creativity, like, we're aware of those things. We're not ignorant, or and if anything, we know it well because we're around it so often, right?
Right.
So it's not that it could become a tool, because in some way we listen to the music the same way, right? So we have the tools there, and we could be sensitive to the listening ear, but how it shapes what we're doing, I think our creativity, when we channel it and when we use it well, and we stay true to that, like, it knows how to incorporate what matters. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, that helps, Dan, because I mean, I was moving into, like, it's not one or the other. I mean, we want to pit things against each other.
It's both and right?
Yeah, and make it a dualist argument.
Mm-hmm.
Either you care about the listener and giving them something that's palatable, or you only care about the art. I'm like,
I don't like either one of those.
I would throw a flag on the play,
Yeah.
per Dan King.
Yeah.
Like
flag on the play.
Flag on the
play. Like, time out. Let's rethink this. Let's reconsider. Like, it's both.
It doesn't have to be that. Yeah.
And we can throw paint on the wall, and it can be art, and it can be beautiful, and it may not be accessible to some, or it may not be accessible yet. And that's fine, and that's great. And we could also write in a structure, and create music that does follow a structure that is understandable and consumable, and great, and enjoy that.
Some would argue that if it's all just like trying to satisfy the listening ear, then that's probably one end of the spectrum where creativity is choked out, because now you're just limited on data and history and everything behind you, and not,
Yeah, I had a visible reaction there. Sorry.
No, I think it's another example of well, no, how to.
You could also argue you have to be more creative, like
in a different way.
Yeah, it goes back to, like, okay, all you have is white canvas and blue paint. Can you create an art show with white canvas and blue paint?
No, I need all the colors, somebody might say.
Well, and they could be, but yes, you could create an art show that would fill a gallery. That an artist could, somebody with that kind of creativity, that is all blue paint on white canvas.
Yes.
That could be stunning and an experience. And more, like, think about that. You could even argue, well, that's more creative because you're doing it with less. And,
yes.
And how are you presenting that? Now, if all art for all time is only blue paint on white canvas, that's going to get really stale. And
right.
And I think we would probably crave some more if that was, you did that one time and everybody loved it, and so the rest of your life all you're doing is blue paint on white canvas. Somebody might really enjoy that, but that could also get old as well. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, put all the tools in the toolbox and then just pick the tool you want to use.
Yeah. You just said something that I think we could literally talk about forever. And when I say that, I mean, we probably, between the three of us, we probably have an immense amount of stories that we could share in regards to what you just said, Bo, about less and creativity. Because I have known something throughout the course of my life and creative expression that whenever I've had limitations, my creativity has thrived. My creativity thrives in limitations because I don't know why. Maybe I can't. Maybe I do. But when I feel like I've had too much or too many choices or too many options, I feel paralyzed at times. I can feel like paralyzed. I don't know which way to. But even, I mean, we're at a place in our lives, I think, where we could go and say, well, we're going to go to Nashville and we're going to, we're going to hire this engineer in the studio, and we're going to think through things. And I'm not saying that's a wrong way of doing things, and there can be great creative expressions there, but sometimes it's like, well, we're just going to pack up a laptop and some speakers, and we're going to get into a space, and we're going to just use our environment, and we're not going to worry about all of this tech and all of this, and the limitations for me help me. And so I don't know. I know that you guys probably feel
absolutely agree with that. Yeah. What it kind of goes off of some of the language that we share around here, which is like,
excellence.
Well, no, that God is going to give you everything that you need in order to do exactly what he wants you to do. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I think that that's a beautiful expression of like where creativity comes to life too. It's like, okay, well, what are the tools we have? Great. Okay. Now you're thinking, mm-hmm. Whereas if the sky's the limit, sometimes for a creative, it could become like a world of indecision and never satisfied. Even at the last moment, you could have done something different.
It's also a barrier to entry.
Yeah.
But like I can't do this unless I go here and go to this place and work with this person or have this equipment or have this particular.
Even in my youth, like even just in starting to write music and having the cassette players and recording my own stuff and then getting a little track thing and making all these sound effects.
I don't have a drummer. I have a mouth.
Okay, but I think we've kind of mixed it up here.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but one is confining with limits and the other takes away that. And so like fewer resources in your room with a tape deck, and you can make all those noises with your mouth, and you can make any noise you want. Mm-hmm. You can do any instrument you want. You can have anything that you want. The other, the studio and the engineers and the time constraints and the cost and the product and the things that, what is marketable, what will sell, what mm-hmm. is consumable, how long can it be? That's where you start finding all these parameters. Like it really gets narrow. Mm-hmm. In a hurry, which I'm not saying is bad or you can't be creative with it. I believe you can. But it's almost like, here's a picture, color it within the lines, but just make sure it fits this color scheme. Okay, well, you could do that. And you can do something really cool, versus here's a blank page. What do you want to do? The picture may not look as pretty, but will you have more fun creating it? I know what I'm going to have more fun doing. Yeah. I can have fun coloring. Coloring can be fun. I've still haven't seen a kid only color outside the lines. You put the lines on there, they may go over the lines, but I'm sure it's happened, but I still mm-hmm. haven't seen it. Like a kid just on their own, just only colors outside of the lines and not inside. But that is an option. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, we get the lines and the parameters in there, and we think I only got to work within here. And speaking of crayons, like remember the 64 pack?
Yeah.
Crayola crayons with the sharpener.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that. I'm not sure about you guys. Like that we didn't.
I had it once.
We didn't have 64 pack money, but
like owning one.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've ever.
I never owned one.
I've only ever had. Yeah,
we had the 8-pack. Yeah. Maybe the 16. Like you know,
my mother was a Sunday school teacher. I had one.
Okay, you had one. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's
church probably bought it, but
church perks.
Here's what I noticed about like when I think about the 64 or the 16 or the 8. Like if you have the 64 pack, there's going to be like maybe 8 crayons that get down to the nub.
Right. They're your go-tos.
They're your go-tos.
Yeah.
If you have the 8-pack, everything but maybe the white one is getting down to the nub.
Yep.
And so I don't know, like options are great and they're there, but it's not about like what the options are. It's about what you have and feeling like it's limitless on what you can do with it. Mm. There's any number of variables and any number of things you can do, because we can get that way thinking creatively or making anything music. Well, I would make this or create this, but I can't because I don't have this. I don't have a marketing person. I don't have a label. I don't have, an industry behind me. So I can't.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have a soundproof room, or I don't have this guitar, or I don't have this particular piece of equipment. As a writer, you could be like, well, I don't have the log cabin overlooking the grassy hill, with
Not just as a writer. I think I do need an SJ 200.
That was Led Zeppelin, by the way, and they did a
I'm not saying we don't want these
things. Okay, I just want to let you know that was exactly what they required, and when they found it, they turned every level of the house into a different recording room for a different instrument.
Yes,
and that's where you get half your albums.
Okay. And that's where I was trying to land. So we need to get the house.
Yeah.
Oh, now we can't record unless we have a house.
Nope.
Okay.
We need a house.
Like, tell me what we can't do. That's my favorite.
Right.
I dare you.
Or like I need a big wooden desk, with certain kind of paper and certain kind of pens, or else I can't write. It's like, no, you'll write on a plane.
Napkin.
That's what I'm saying.
Friendly fire.
Doesn't that choke creativity?
Written on a napkin. Yeah, you had to have a napkin song.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't the more expectations you have just distract your creativity?
I've found that to be true. There's, in the production space, there's, in today's world, there's constantly a new, I call it a skin. There's a new skin for every piece of software that has ever existed. It's just looks different. There's only so many things you need. There's like literally 4 things you need in music production: a compressor, an equalizer, there's only so many, and then people just wrap it in a different package.
You said 4, but you only named 2.
Do you want to hear all 4?
Well, yeah, we got halfway there. I mean, we're riveted.
Okay. So you need an equalizer, you need a compressor.
Got those 2.
And then you need an equalizer.
And a compressor.
And a compressor.
Okay.
That's really all you need. You just need those 4 things.
And $10,000.
And $10,000. Yeah, but if you have these basic tools, that's really all you need, a basic story. And it's like how all these companies, how can they reskin all of these things into this and that and yes, okay, yeah. I like a cheese pizza, but I also like maybe a white sauce pizza. How many ways can you reinvent the pizza before it's just too much? Just give me a cheese pizza. What was like?
There's so many combos I'd love to try.
Oh, cool. Then in that case, I need $10,000.
No, all you need is an equalizer and a compressor, apparently.
All you need is a cheese pizza. No, I mean, yeah. There's iterations, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's like, it's just marketing on every level. We've got this new tool that's going to help you write better. You can talk into it and then it will write, and it's like, okay, maybe that will help, but really what do you need? Ink and quill. You need a little
blood.
I write in blood.